what do you think was your biggest contributor to staying away from, the bad things, I guess you could say, in life, kind of going down the wrong path? And what kind of played into the decision for you to actually join the military?
Oh, wow. So, I mean, like I said, my brother is what kept me out of the bad things. That's easy. I definitely had the temptation. It was there, but I knew I was going to have to deal with him. And I didn't want to disappoint him. And so I was always just kind of staying away from the bad stuff just because of that. And my friends weren't really bad either. We all grew up in a tough neighborhood, but my friends were pretty good too. Nobody was out, doing anything bad, hurting people or anything like that. It was certainly there, but nobody really messed with us. We were just a bunch of kids in the neighborhood that just wanted to play basketball. So nobody really bothered us, and we never really did anything wrong. So I would say my brother definitely kept me out of trouble. I just didn't want to get beat up from him, really. I knew he would wear me out, man. My dad, I just didn't want to disappoint him. Of course, my mom, I didn't want to disappoint her either. I wanted to be the first one to go to college. So when I was, younger, I thought sports was going to take me, and I knew that, we didn't have a lot of money, so I was going to have to rely on a scholarship. So I told myself one day that I'm just going to have to be the best at one of these sports, or else I'm not going to make it to college. So I always tried to just overdo it and be good at everything, sport-wise. But like I said, started getting broke off, so it wasn't working. Basketball too, it was, man, I had some really good dudes in my neighborhood, and that was just in the neighborhood. And then in high school, I mean, same thing, exceptional guys. I mean, they were just really, really good. And I was okay. I was good enough to hang with them, but I was not on their level. But one thing I always had going for me through middle school was running. That was always something that was real good. So when I got to high school, that's why I kind of ventured off and started running full time. I ran everywhere I went. I mean, I used to run to high school. It's like 12 miles away. I used to run there. I used to run home. I used to race my dad down Oak Ridge Road when he would drive down to Hardee's to grab chow. I would race him down the road and try to beat him there and beat him back, because he had stoplights, and I would beat him a lot of times. I remember doing stuff like that when I was a kid. And of course, the whole trying to be the best at everything. I've always, told myself that I got to train when no one else is. So when it was raining, I was running. If it was bad weather, I was running. But once I got in high school, it started to get a little tougher, but I still made it to state. My first year in cross country, we made it to state. I was in the top 6. And then track and field, middle distance, I was always fast enough to make it on one of the teams. But pole vault's what took me to state for track and field. But then 9/11 happened, honestly. So 9/11 happened. I have already graduated at this point. I'm going to college. My brother joins the military.
What college did you go to?
I went to Valencia Community College and then University of Central Florida.
Okay.
And then, so when my brother joined, right after 9/11, he was gone. And, first thing he told me was, you're going to go to school. You're not going to join the Marine Corps. Don't even think about it.
I had $1 for every time I heard that.
So I was firm on that too. Like, he used to tell the recruiters, stay away from my brother. He ain't joining. He doesn't need it. And I used to tell him too, like, nope, not interested in going to college. Stay away from me. But then I seen my brother. I seen the transformation in him, and I knew it was tough. So I was like, you know what? I got to try that. I got to do that too. It's hard, so I got to do it too. And that's why I joined the Marine Corps, because I knew it was a challenge. I knew it was going to be tough, and I seen what it did for my brother. So I went ahead and joined up, and he hated me for it for a little bit. He was super disappointed, man. I remember the day that I told him I was shipping. It was pure disappointment. Like, I'd never seen my brother look at me with so much disappointment. but he instantly, like after I graduated, when I walked across parade deck and I was a Marine, I seen that he was proud of me. But when I made the decision to join the Marine Corps and follow him, he was not happy with me because that's not what he wanted for me.
So he made it to your recruit training graduation.
Yeah, he was there at my graduation when I was done. He was there. So.
Was he a recruiter, drill instructor, MSG?
Nah, he at that time he was young in rank too, because he went in a couple years before me. So
right. But did he ever become one? Like, did he ever do that at any point?
Yeah, he did the whole recruiting thing.
Recruiting, okay.
Yep, he was a recruiter. Yeah, he's been everywhere, man.
No, that's awesome to definitely see that. So at any point, were you ever thinking Navy, Air Force, or the Army?
Nah, never the Army. Not for any bad reason. Like my dad was Army, so
yeah, we love you, Army. I promise.
Because I wanted to be an aircraft mechanic. But on my way to the recruiter to see the Air Force recruiter, a Marine guy was standing outside, and I was like, "Nah, I'm not interested. I want to work on airplanes." And he's like, "Hey, we got airplanes too."